Hello YouTube fans, here again. I've not really done any of Van Damme films before, so I figure what the hell. Kickboxer, that's right, Kickboxer. I love Kickboxer. Now, after the success of Bloodsport, what Van Damme did, what roughly about the same there, he decided what the hell, let's do this one. Well, actually it was one day before, so in '89 he decided to do Kickboxer, and it's a dud. It really is. Starts off with his brother and he's going into a kickboxing championship. You know, he's fighting, he wins the medal and everything, right? And then he finds out he's now going to go to Hong Kong in parts of Taiwan and so on. And he thinks, oh, what the hell, kickboxing's the same everywhere. So he's going to go into Taiwan to do kickboxing. So he goes there. It's a bit of music, but it goes, everybody loves a winner. Everybody got it out. And it's like a good one. I mean, these Van Damme's helping him and everything. But then what he doesn't know is, in Taiwan, it is complete and utter different than the kickboxing here, America and wherever else. In Taiwan, it is more vicious. So he fights, if I can find the picture, he fights this bastard here. And big mistake, because this big guy with big biceps, as you see me, he's knocking a frigging hole, a hole, right fence, he's knocking a hole in the wall. Van Damme sees it, which is very well known in the trailer. Warns his brother, but his brother's not having any of it. As a fight, along the road, he gets the shit kicked out of him. Then if that's not bad enough, he ends up paralysed. He paralyses him. So he's had to feel sorry for Van Damme's brother. So basically Van Damme wants revenge. It's like a revenge martial art film. So he goes to all the places, wanting to go off the tournament to fight this big bastard here. And they literally just laugh him out because he's like their champ. It's like, hey, you get the shit kicked out of you, mate. Bye-bye. But he ends up meeting one guy who saw the championship and he feels for him and he's in a pub and he invites him to see one guy who will teach him the way they do kickboxing. So he meets this Chinese guy, teaches him on the way. There's like some funny bits in it. There's a bit where he says, can you run? And he says, no. So he puts stakes on his leg, gets him to frigging run. You've got these frigging Dobermans chasing him. So I love it. I love it. I think it's a very good film. A little bit where he's underwater and he's training underwater, which reminds me when I went swimming, I used to do that, to do martial arts in water. And he basically trains him to kick this guy called Chung Pao out, this big bastard who's basically paralysed his brother. But you find out he's with the mafia, these are like evil people. And Van Damme basically falls in love with this Chinese girl. There's a good bit where the Japanese guy, he's training him to kick a tea, and you can see he's in a bad shape, his foot's bleeding. That's, imagine kicking a frigging tea. But he says to him, you have to do it or get out. Remember your brother? So he loses his temper and he knocks the fucking tea over. There's a bit of he's having championships and his brother has now come out of hospital and he's pissed because, you know, he's paralysed. He's never going to have that fame. He's never going to have that tourney again. So he sees Van Damme and he basically talks him out of fighting this big bastard. But Van Damme says, no, I want to do it. I want to do it. Long below to get his girlfriend, the Chinese girl. You don't see it, it's off screen, it's professionally done, I'm happy to say, but you get the idea that that bastard has raped her. That's a disturbing scene, but it's also as nuts as you need to see. So the old guy who's the granddaughter, the one who's teaching Van Damme, knows about this, but he keeps it a secret because Van Damme still wants to fight. But I do remember one scene in it, and I've been seeing this a lot on the YouTube, where there's a scene where he's chaining him up and he goes to a bar, he gets Van Damme pissed, he does some shots and everything. He goes around, goes up to all these guys, says, oh, by the way, you see that guy there, the muscles? He wants to shag your girlfriend, you know, really winding the guys up, saying something like that. So naturally Van Damme is kicking the shit out of them. Great memorable scene in the film. And so the tournament happens because they know Van Damme's been trained by this guy and he's a proper badass. They abduct his brother. Long behold, the brother gets away. But there's a bit in it where they go and mutilate Van Damme before this happens. The bit where he mentions about raping the dirt, which is a bit sad. And he has trash, they have trash to do it the old fashioned way. So they're putting trash on one another. And when they hit one another, the face just bleeds. I think, ooh, this is pretty brutal. But lucky enough, because this guy who helped him out, he's been army trained, he's been in Vietnam and all that, and he knows what's happening. He breaks the buffer out. They both get out of dodge. Van Damme finds that out. He kicks the shit out of the bastard, wins the medal. Happy ending. And I would say happy ending until they made a sequel to this in the early 90s. And Dumpy and utter fucked this one up. Made everything what he fought for nothing. And that's the only thing what pissed me off was the sequel to Kickboxer. Because the original, in my eyes, the original, is a classic. I love the fact that he gets chained up. He does martial arts. This is the Van Damme, right? I'm going to be open and I'm going to be honest. This is the Van Damme I miss. This is the Van Damme I miss. The raping muscles. And in that era, without sounding weird, he was a good looking lad. You could never see why a lot of women went mad for him. I love the bit where it's all Siam Tass on these cuffs. It's not the original art cover I remember, but it's still not a bad cover. My only downfall is, where's the features? That's the only thing with Van Damme films. There's never any fucking features. Let's have a look at the features here. Oh, wow. So that scenery we could do on any DVD I may add. Oh, wow. Fucking auto language. Whippity figging doodah. This film, when it come out, and I'll say it again, was a big hit in '89. It was the biggest hit outing since he did Bloodsport. That's my only issue with this. A lot of Van Damme films, very, 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 very rarely have any features. To get it right, Spencer. They very rarely have any features, and it's damn heartbreaking because Van Damme films were all successful. Bloodsport, successful. We all know Bloodsport was inspired by a true story. In real life, there was a real fan Dukes. This film, one year after, 1989, bid it film. Does it get a fucking any special features? Does it fucking diggily? The only one I think what's ever got features is Universal Soldier. Granted, I like Universal Soldier, and one day around the road, I will review Universal Soldier. Because in my eyes, it's a dud. It's a dud, and I like Universal Soldier. But this one, for what it is, it's not a bad film. I just wish it had features in it. But it is a dud film. The only issue is the sequel fucks it up. They kill him off, and even then it's not the original actor. It's not Van Damme. The sequel, whether it's 3, 4, or whatever, they all fucking sucked ass after this. Like I said with Iron Needle, this was just left Iron Needle as one. And in my eyes, this would have left Kickboxer as this one, the original one, the classic from 1989. Because I like this. It's got a good story to it. I like the bats where it shows the scenery of Compo and the Taiwan and some of the beautiful scenery. It does have a lot of beautiful scenery in it. I love the way he gets chained up. The guy just totally chains him to be a badass. You know, the bit where he's using fire torches and everything. It's also Tulsa very well. I love the fact that he saves the day. He helps his brother. That's on its soothe. He gets revenge for his brother. Gets the shit out of the bad guy into the sequel, fucks it up. Gets the girl. Happy fucking ending. Erase the sequels. In my eyes, stick to the original, the classic Kickboxer from 1989. Now I'm going to have a kick, and I'll see you later for some more movies and more movie reviews.